The following portion of Good Day PA is sponsored by WellSpan Health. So addiction is a complicated disease that has many contributing factors. So successful treatment focuses on more than just the physical and emotional aspects. For many, there's also a spiritual conflict as well. And local residents can now access groundbreaking support for addiction through a unique support group focusing on spiritual conflict. So joining me now, Dr. Mitch Crawford, who is an addiction medicine physician, and we have Meryl Rice-Gibble, who is a clinical psychologist. So thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, let's start with this because there are a lot of misconceptions about addiction, right? So let's start with the clinical definition of it.
Sure,
Doctor.
yeah. So when most folks think about addiction, they're often focusing on substance use disorders. There's also an entire section of behavioral addictions, like gambling disorder, for example. And when we think about addiction as a whole spectrum, I think it's most helpful to think about what it isn't. So addiction is not a sign of weakness or a moral failing by someone, or some indication that someone's automatically a criminal. What addiction is a chronic medical disease where folks either use substances or engage in behaviors compulsively that results in bad outcomes. And as a human, we're all susceptible to addiction. It's just how our brains are made.
Right, and so substance use disorder is a disease with a widespread, long-lasting impact. So can you talk to us about that impact it can have on patients and their families?
Sure. Substance use disorders are widespread in our communities across all races, ethnicities, and genders. And in the most recent National Survey of Drug Use and Health, there was an estimate of 1 in 6 people aged 12 and older in America who reported experiencing a substance use disorder in the previous year. Alarmingly, over 85% of those folks also reported not receiving treatment. And so we know the impact of untreated substance use disorders is quite large. At a societal level, we see decreased work productivity, increased strain on our emergency response systems, and at an individual level, we see impacts to social relationships, financial strain, and years of life lost. But there's good news, and that's that treatment and prevention efforts for addiction are as effective as for those for other chronic medical diseases, like diabetes type 2 or high blood pressure. So thankfully at WellSpan Health, we have a wide array of treatment for addiction that can be accessed by calling our warm line, 1-844-WARMLINE. And one of those treatments we're really excited about is a group treatment focused on spiritual struggles.
Very good. Let's bring in Dr. Gibble for that. So tell us about the innovative program that you all have that's related to spirituality and substance use disorder.
So when patients come to us, they bring the whole of themselves, their physical selves, emotional, spiritual selves as well. And so this program is specifically looking at the spiritual dimension. We want to treat the whole person. So this is a holistic, innovative approach that seeks to address spiritual struggle. As a social psychologist, I recognize that by and large, religion and spirituality are good for our health. However, we can't neglect that there's a dark side to that coin as well, and that's this construct of spiritual struggles. And by that, I'm talking about when individuals feel maybe punished or abandoned by God or their higher power, maybe have confusion or disconnection from a spirituality that used to bring them great meaning or comfort, questions around meaning and purpose, even conflict with other people over religious or spiritual matters. And so this group is particularly designed to help people not get stuck in spiritual struggle and to have coping skills that can help further them along on their recovery journey. So we cover building meaning and purpose, acceptance of struggle, identifying their spiritual selves, and exploring maybe broader and deeper understandings of a higher power that can help propel them on their way.
Such important work. So where can people go for more information if they want to enroll?
They should call a phone number, 717-466-2546. The group called Winding Road, Walking the Path of Recovery with Spiritual Struggles involves 9 weeks. Each session is 90 minutes long, and people will have the opportunity to attend in person or virtually. So reach out.
Plenty of options for people.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing this information.
Of course, thank you.
The previous portion of Good Day PA was sponsored by WellSpan Health.